Yeepee! Finally, we're on the 7th and last night of the 5 nights at Freddy's.
Well, technically, yes, the 7th night, but not exactly the last. There are still a few more parts.
You mean there is a night 8?
No, I mean there is FNAF 2, 3, and 4.
Not to nag, but I enjoy how amazing this game has made Joe Biden appear really smart. I mean, if no one else is saying it, I will. Man hasn't gotten no introduction wrong since we began this game.
Well, he got the second night wrong. Stop exaggerating, bushy whooshy.
Well, you all get the point I am driving at.
Guys, this is my favorite horror game. You shouldn't expect less.
All of these do not contribute to what would go down tonight. How are we approaching the animatronics this time?
Tonight is relatively faster and deadlier, but I trust we are all prepared. It is the 7th night, so it shouldn't catch us by any surprise.
Especially with how draining the 6th night was.
So I was wondering, what is the plan after we completed 5 nights at Freddy's? Would we return to our regular games or continue in this horrific mode?
Honestly, I haven't given that a thorough consideration. But now that you have brought it up, what do you think, guys?
Trumpy asked, then Obama. You responded with the same question. How does that make sense? Who would be left to answer if we all responded with our respective questions?
That is why I say time and time again that Obama is a programmed robot. But this time, I think his programmer included the brain of a jellyfish, which makes the whole scenario worse.
I really do not know how you guys drifted so quickly from the game to discussing your respective brains, but honestly, with the look of things, I might have lost my mojo tonight. These animatronics are seriously winning.
Unbelievable. Joe Biden is reporting himself to the board of directors.
Who appointed these directors? Ha 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 ha.
If Joe is this frightened and pessimistic, how then are we going to survive the heat?
You know the irony, Bushy? I am actually familiar with it. Ah, fuck! I made an early mistake, which is currently throwing a wrench into all my efforts.
Excuses upon excuses upon excuses. Biden, can you man up to your nonsense at least once and take responsibility for the failure you have made your life become?
Ha 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 ha. Freddy, yet again for the umpteenth time. If I had my way, I would include ARM features in this game, and Freddy would be the first person I would blow off.
Tell me you are a war promoter and apologist without saying it directly.
Orange Head, it is not that deep. There are thousands of shooting games on Apple and Google Play stores. Do you mean every developer of these games is a war apologist?
Although big and round, I bet there is no brain in Trump's carton-shaped head. So I am not surprised. I am only shocked you and Baraki are. Anyways, Obama-Rama, let us know if you need any help.
Can anyone actually play this game to the end and not require external support? That person must be a psychopath.
But if anyone is willing to lend a helping hand, it shouldn't be Biden, who just played the most terrible game we have ever had to watch on this channel.
I think your manhunt on Biden is becoming exaggerated. Man literally helped us scale more than 2 nights since we began this episode. You need to do better to earn the position of a critique.
I mentioned earlier that Sleeping Joe was thriving on you and Baraki's ignorance. The crackhead is as much a newbie as all of us in the game. A random theoretical knowledge that could be gotten from a simple Google search cannot blow my head up.
I think I am threading the same path Biden followed. Can someone explain to me why Freddy is no longer in the show stage and Chica has refused to leave the left door?
That was my blunder too. I didn't pay enough attention to Freddy, causing him to leave the show stage earlier than he should.
Maybe he was just faster than you imagined. Tonight is the hardest night, remember?
And in the middle of all these, who else has noticed that the energy bar is draining every minute? Is that a part of the difficulty?
Apparently, yes, but I do not think it makes sense. Yes, the animatronics can become more aggressive and deadlier, but having to contend with an unnecessarily draining energy rating doesn't make sense. It doesn't give players a fair chance to compete.
Or maybe we are the ones doing something wrong and causing the energy to drain quicker.
Trump, I see you have been silent in the last half an hour, and I know what exactly you are trying to do. Stop going mute to draw undue attention to yourself. You can also join in the conversation without feeling any less. Trust me, no one really cares about you as much as you think.
Obama, I think you went in too hard with that one.
But honestly, Grumpy Trump has been unbearable lately. Maybe he is living up to his name, Grumpy. It really does fit him.
Shut your traps, loquacious morons. I think you deserve your speech more than I do, Obama-Rama. Trust me, it is not always about you. Stop overrating yourself. The only person who cares about you is Michelle, and it is because she has no choice.
Donald finds every opportunity to drag our wives into this conversation. If you do not respect Melania, we actually respect our wives and would not want their names in the mud.
Speak for yourself, Bushy Wushy. If Biden respects his wife, he won't plan to replace her with underage kids.
What the fuck are you talking about? My wife now watches this channel. You should know when to draw the line.
Line my fucking foot. Maybe you should first learn to keep your hands in your pocket around school kids. By the way, by kids I mean boys and girls. Your dementia-stricken, sex-hungry body does not know holes that shouldn't be entered into.
Every single sentence Trump has made in this video so far has contained varying levels of vulgar words that a responsible U.S. president shouldn't be caught saying in public.
What do you expect from a 77-year-old sexual predator that was caught grabbing women's pussies in public?
Obama, Chica is in the dining room. Freddy just left the dining too. Can you check the private cove to see if Fox is still there? I doubt that possibility anyway.
Let me check.
You ugly orange pumpkin!
Bro, he was literally in this office already.
Emperor Donald John Trump, wow.
Bushy, perf, no problem.
The man who seems to have so many words to say suddenly becomes speechless. Definitely the worst is about to happen.
Actually, Trumpy, there is a problem. Again, I am rooting for you to win this round and help us round off this unnecessarily horrific game we found ourselves playing. I can't do that, and I do not want to make myself another laughingstock on YouTube tonight.
Unlike sleeping demented Joe Biden, I swear I wouldn't blow my trumpet until I beat these animatronics to their games. After I win, I'll advise you to go off this call immediately and deactivate your mobile devices.
Endless threats from someone who claims to be a peace agent.
I don't think watching Freddy repeatedly to keep him in the show stage works this night. Instead, it only leaves you vulnerable to the other three mascots, especially Chica.
Chica doesn't trouble Trump. He is scared of his face and would rather electrocute itself to death than stand Trump looking at him.
Things are getting calmer, Bushy Wushy. There is no point in igniting the fire again.
Bush isn't wrong anyway. If you notice the pattern, Chica doesn't actually trouble Donald in all the nights he has played. It might be a coincidence, but you know we cannot absolve conspiracies from the game.
I have no words for you two, but away from the banters, to be honest, Trump has actually played tonight's game better than Joe Biden and me.
It is normal for a student to be better than his teacher. I mean, that is technically the prayer of every tutor.
Keep trying very hard to keep your relevance. It still doesn't eliminate the fact that the viewers can now see beyond the facade that you are a newbie, just like I, Obama, and Bush. That is my goal, and I am excited to have achieved it. And guess what? I am bowing out in the most memorable way possible. Winning.
While I do not have the balls to play this seventh night, I secretly wish Grumpy Trump loses this round. He hasn't won, and he is causing a menace already.
Well, unless an animatronic sneaks in, I don't think Trumpy can lose tonight. 42% at 3 a.m. brings him to the same level I was on night 6. And yeah, I won that round.
So in other words, we are all going to be fucked over by this marinated pork tonight. Terrible times ahead.
So Biden, if no one asks, I will. What is the reward after completing the first part of 5 nights at Freddy's?
Did we get any rewards for winning Google Feud, Wordle, and every other game we have played on this channel?
But none of them kept us on the edge like this one. Bushy literally confessed to peeing on his pants the other night.
When the fuck did I say that? You can make your point without making false claims, moron.
If Trump meant that figuratively, then I agree with him. We deserve to be compensated after these 7 horrible nights filled with endless nightmares.
It is unbelievable that Donald has kept Freddy at the show stage until now. This Oompa Loompa must have rigged this game or tweaked the settings while no one was watching.
Nah, not you, Biden. That sounds exactly like what Trump would say if he didn't want to accept his rival winning.
I admit to not knowing how to play the game before now, but trust me, after winning this 7th night, to hell with whatever theoretical knowledge any one of you has. I am currently the Don of 5 nights at Freddy's. I challenge any of you to contest my claims.
16% and 5 a.m. is almost over. You definitely earned your bragging rights, but I do not think you match Biden's strategic moves.
I think Biden is a better player too.
Losers, allow Biden to speak for himself.
Why not let us leave our viewers to decide on our behalf?
Guys, just as we cross the 6 a.m. mark, help us settle the age-long battle between Donald and Biden. Who is the better player in 5 nights at Freddy's? We will be reading the comments.
I wouldn't resign my fate to a cheap popularity contest. You all can choke on your spit for all I care.
Congratulations for getting us all fired, Donnie.
Joe Biden, you!
I'm out before they start fighting. Hey, hey, hey.